The other day, this couple asked me a question about real estate. Well, actually, it was a question about getting a loan to buy a home. They were just getting started to look for a home to buy, and they asked me this question that blew me away, and it was unlike any question I had ever heard in the many years of doing real estate. It blew me away because in this business, it's second nature to me, and they just didn't know. Here's what they asked me. Jim, how many pre-approval letters should we get? Now, I kept a serious face so as to not offend them, and I thought to myself, is this a serious question? And they were absolutely serious people. After I answered their question, my mind went immediately to thinking, I totally need to do a video on this subject. And here is that video where I answer their question and other questions around getting a loan for a home. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Jim Davids with Vibrant Homes of Vibrant Realty. I specialize in families on the move, focusing mostly on the western suburbs of the Twin Cities. Now, before I answer the question about how many pre-approval letters a person should get, let's discuss what a pre-approval is and what it isn't. Understanding the difference can absolutely make or break you in getting the home that you want versus losing out in this crazy market. You want to arm yourself with all the knowledge possible to have success, and that's why I make these videos. Okay, let's dive in. There are two terms in the mortgage industry that describe getting you set up for a loan before buying a home. They are pre-qualification and pre-approval. However, it's important to note that there are various degrees of pre-qualification and pre-approvals. Let's dive in by starting with pre-qualification. A pre-qualification is where you are speaking to a lender, or you're online looking for a lender and typing information, and you're providing your social security number, your income, and information about your credit score. Now, based upon those numbers, the lender will say you qualify for a home of X with a down payment of Z. In other words, based loosely on the brief information you've provided, you can qualify for whatever amount that they showed you, and they will email you a letter to that effect. Now, you have a pre-qualification letter, but let me be brutally honest with you here, people. That piece of paper, with respect to buying a home, isn't worth washing a window with it. So let me tell you a quick story. Quite a few years ago, when online mortgages started to become popular, this couple had what I thought was a pre-approval letter. I was unaware of such a thing as pre-qualification versus pre-approval. So we found a home, got an accepted offer, and we moved towards closing. 2 weeks from closing, on their house, they were denied the loan because they had some credit report issues that could not be solved by the closing date. The seller didn't want to wait another month, so they canceled the deal, and the buyers were left upset and angry at that mortgage company for not serving them in the way that they should have by giving them the whole picture, and they just gave them a pre-qualification. So the moral of this story is having a pre-qualification is really no different than plucking a sprinkle off a cake and eating it. It's not at all what the whole cake is. It's just part of the whole. And having only part of the whole financial story is not going to serve you when buying a home. It's quite possible you're not going to close on that home you fell in love with because having a pre-qualification is just not the whole cake, and that's where pre-approval comes into play. A pre-approval is what you want to have when buying a home. Now, having said that, there are also different levels of pre-approval. Generally speaking, the pre-approval is providing the same information as the pre-qualification, but you also provide documentation to prove it. Documentation like 30 days of pay stubs, 2 years of tax returns, and bank statements. Additionally, they will also do what's called a soft pull on your credit to see where your credit score resides. And a soft pull is only to see your scores and does not affect your credit score. From this information, you have a better idea of where you stand in buying a home, and you can consider yourself now pre-approved for a mortgage. However, in this scenario, it is better in our cake analogy because you have the sprinkles, you have the frosting, but you still haven't gotten to the spongy cake part yet, because there's more steps that you can do with the pre-approval process to ensure your success. What you want your mortgage lender to do is you want them to go further by pulling your full credit report and running it through underwriting. That's the key. Run it through underwriting. Why do you want to do this? Because this ensures you that you'll be able to go the distance and close on your home. And that, of course, is assuming you still have the same or better income and you haven't made any major purchases between the accepted offer and the close, like purchasing a car. Yes, I have heard of people who have got a car loan just days before they're going to close on their house. Yeah, I know, right? Now, most of you watching, that may seem like a no-brainer to stay away from doing such things, but unless people are educated, they will do things innocently to their own detriment at times. Just like the couple that asked me the question of how many pre-approval letters should they get. They had no idea, and I thought it was an odd question, but these nice, professional, intelligent people just didn't know the process of getting a mortgage. One of my favorite phrases is that you don't know what you don't know. And that's where professionals like real estate agents and loan officers have a duty to educate you. And that's why I like making videos just like this. So let's get back to their question of how many pre-approval letters should a person get. A person should only get one pre-approval letter, but you can shop for mortgages with different mortgage companies just to see what kind of rates you can get, but make sure that they don't pull your whole credit. Just do the soft credit. Now you have to make sure to tell the mortgage company that this is what you're doing so they don't do a full credit pull, because that can affect your credit score. If you are thinking of buying a home and are wondering about different terms in closing on a loan, check out my other video where I discuss all the terms you'll encounter. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when I upload a new video. I appreciate your time today, and thanks for watching.